off ang video.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for attending tonight. So the purpose of tonight, my name is Nick Roditas, and the purpose of tonight is to give people some training that probably hasn't been seen in over a decade. I built another home-based business over 20 years ago, and I did it for 2.5 years, and the income is still there every week 20 years later. So I did something right. And I'm going to show you what you need to know first training that we used to share with the team, and the team grew massive. So I bet most of you haven't seen this. It's really special to me. So I'm going to ask that you take notes. Especially if you're new, definitely take some notes. You should have a little journal like this dedicated to Lifevantage, put today's date on it and write what you need to know first as a heading. If you've been around for 6 months or a year, take notes anyway, because there'll probably be some things in there that might be new to you. So I'm going to share my screen, and if you don't mind, I'm going to look this way for most of the presentation, because that's my big screen over here. Okay, and it's a little bit easier for me. So here, I'll just do a screen share and find my presentation. And there we go. Now, can everyone see that? And you can see that. That's great. And I'll try to keep the comments up too, so I can see people's comments on the side. Okay, so starting out in Lifevantage, here is what you need to know first. So a little bit about my background. So I've got a civil engineering background, and what I used to do is I used to build factories for a living. I used to design and construct factories for a living, precast concrete factories. That was my specialty. And at the age of 26, I discovered this industry of direct sales and network marketing. And I was fortunate enough, I was just really lucky that my first exposure happened to be with a tier 1 company. So I consider there's tier 1 companies, there's tier 2 companies, there's kind of tier 3 companies, and there's scams. And there's scams in every sector. In every sector, there's food industry and lawyers, everything. Everyone's got their good and bad. So in direct sales too, there's awesome companies and there's terrible things out there. I was fortunate enough to get involved with a tier 1 company, a public company, good products, and I did really, really, really well. And that was called USANA, and I worked at it just under 2.5 years, and I achieved the dream. Retired, and that's actually a picture of where I live. That's Kalamata, Greece, little photo there. Heaven on earth, population about 50 or 60,000 people, and I was a hands-on dad for 15 years. I raised my 3 children, going to the beach once a day, twice a day sometimes. We just had an amazing lifestyle because of this. Income was very strong, and I was able to buy commercial properties and build a house, all off my home-based business income. And then a couple of years ago, all my kids are in uni, and one of them's finished uni actually. I just wanted to come back to Australia and do it again. And I tried to build a traditional company. And even though we did really well, we went from a startup to over 200 employees, and we listed the company on the NASDAQ. We actually did that. It was a commercial flop, and I lost my money, and it was a lot of money. So, so I thought I'd better go back to network marketing. So I was looking for another tier 1 company, and I've got a checklist of 12 things that I look for, which is not part of this training. But I'll tell you, it's the first time in my life that I've seen a company tick all 12 checkboxes. The last company, which I did exceedingly well, only ticked 10 of the boxes. It ticked 10 of the 12 boxes. Lifevantage ticks 12 of the 12 boxes. I've never seen it before. We are in the most amazing company. But that's another training, why Lifevantage. I've done that before, and I'll save it for another day. I just wanted to give you a bit of a background. I chose Lifevantage very purposefully. Now, this is 20 odd years ago. I did pretty well in the last company, and even in the startup. I mean, I did well there too, because of the skills. Not that I knew anything about biotech, not that I knew anything about investment banking, because of the skills that I learnt in network marketing. I came along and just basically did better than the rest of the team put together, purely because of the skills I learned from network marketing, and I worked hard. So this quote has stayed with me 20 years. This quote has been part of my heart for a long, long time. And this is one of the most beautiful things that we do in Lifevantage. So gentleman, Jim Rohn, who I have as one of my best and biggest mentors, I unfortunately did not ever get the chance to meet him. I've met many of my mentors. I did not get the chance to meet Jim Rohn. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2009, but He's in my heart forever. And this quote, find a way to serve the many, because service to many leads to greatness. That has stayed with me for the better part of 20 years. And this is what we do in Lifevantage. We help people, and over time, it's dozens of people, then it's hundreds of people, then it's thousands of people. And this not only gives you a good life, this will build your legacy as well. So that's really important to me. So just a little bit of background for the people who thanks, Grania. It's a beautiful quote. So just a little bit of background. I'm going to face my big screen. It's a bit easier for me. A little bit of background on the direct sales and the network marketing industry. If anyone ever says to you, I don't know, is that one of those pyramid things? I mean, not that I ever get that, but I might get it once every 5 years. I just look at them as if they said the sun and the moon doesn't exist. I look at them like the most weirdest thing. I mean, the industry did $180 billion out last year. The turnover in the industry, $180 billion. There's 33 companies in 2019 that did over $1 billion in sales. The commission that distributors receive is $122 million per day. Globally, $122 million per day is paid out to people like us who are conversationally marketing a good product. And the average industry payout is 34.65%. And we are just awesome with Lifevantage because we're significantly higher than that. So that's awesome. That's a little bit of background. It's a growing industry, and you want to be involved in this industry because it's an awesome way to build passive income, and it's an awesome way to develop yourself. But you want to be involved with a tier one company, a company that's public and profitable and with a unique product. And I'm telling you, there's not many of them. And we have all those things with Lifevantage. So now I'm going to need some participation right here before I get into what you need to know first. We're about to get into it. I want some participation. Here are the benefits of a Lifevantage business. Can everyone just please share? Everyone, look at them, read them one by one, and just write what's your top two. Is it number 5 and number 11? Is it number 6 and 9? For me, it's probably 6, a reliable passive income, and the very low risk. They're really, really high up for me. But what is it for you? Just everyone just shares that for me. I'll read them out so people can hear. So we've got a couple of 8s. Got 8. 8 is financial independence. 1 and 4, 1, 6 and 14. 3, 13. 1 and 4, 1, 14. 14, yeah, it's a legacy. 1 and 6. 6 is reliable passive income. 1 is earned by helping people. That's really a great one. 9, low starting cost. Wow, look at all these numbers coming through. Thanks, Candice. 1 and 6, reliable passive income and helping people. Okay. So Candice, you must be like me. There's four characters types, basically: red, yellow, green, and blue. And red, yellow, I'm a red, yellow. Like, I want to make money, but I want to do it by helping people. The yellow is helping people. So that must be you too, Candice. 7, 11, 14, 1, 7, 14, 3, and 8. Thank you so much for sharing that. These are the benefits. They're good. You can probably take a screenshot of this and of this screen, and they're good to have in the back of a business card because you can share that and say to someone, what's the most important thing in your life? And the conversation starts from there. Okay, let's get into it. Pooja, 1 and 11, travel opportunities. Hey, Sam, I'm a red, yellow too. Okay, so here is what you need to know first. So that background, just to give you guys who are new, how big this opportunity is. I've still got the numbers coming through, 1 and 6. Thanks, Glenda. So here's what you need to know first. Let's get started. Here is it's a number of items that it's very crucial that you need to know. Point number 1, know your dreams. Be very intimate with your dreams. This is a business of dreaming. You see, when you're young, we have dreams when we're young. We think we're going to be an astronaut, or we're going to be the president or the prime minister, or we're going to be a Hollywood actor. We have all these dreams. And then, day by day, like we go to school and we get tall poppy syndrome, we get cut down. Be realistic, we hear that over and over again. Save your money, don't waste your money, we hear that over and over again. We go to through high school, we go to university, and those dreams start going away, and we get married and responsibilities, and all of a sudden we're living a life of mediocrity. And people do this for decades and they don't realize there's a better way. And statistically, very, very few people live their dreams. 95% of the people lead a life of mediocrity, and then they retire on less than what they were earning when they were working all those decades. So this is the only industry that I know with virtually zero risk, and where you can work hard. I wouldn't even say hard, I'd just say work consistently for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and you can be free for the rest of your life. I don't know of another industry that can do that with virtually zero risk, and it will pay you. I mean, I pulled it off once. I did it 20 years ago. The income is there every Friday. It absolutely works, this industry, if you do the right things. So I'm going to show you what the right things are, but I want you to go back and just start dreaming again. And what would you do if you won lotto? Or what would you do if you found a magic lamp and you rubbed it? What would your wishes be? If you could design your life, would you be living the life you live now? You wouldn't be. You would do something else. So I really want you to just start dreaming and write your dreams down. And when I joined 20 years ago, my sponsor said, Nick, be intimate with your dreams. And then what I want you to do is I want you to get photos and put photos. And my dream, I was broke 20 years ago. I had no money. I had huge desire, but I had no money. I had no car. I had no job because I was just between jobs, but I had no car. I had a mortgage, kids, house to support, and I was in debt with my mortgage and I had no money. And I joined on my credit card. And my sponsor said to me, be intimate with your dreams, put photos and just put them where you can see them. So what I did is, my dream was to go and live in Greece. So I went and found paintings of Greece and I put them all over my house. And I was looking at them every day for 2.5 years. And 2.5 years later, I built a 3-story. We actually had two waterfront homes in Greece. One we were renting in Kalamata, but I built on a Greek island a 3-story home. 2 waterfront homes. We had more money than we knew what to do with. In 2.5 years, you can actually do it. Is it typical? Well, I probably put 10 years worth of work into 2 years. I worked into 2.5 years. I worked very hard. But if anyone is dedicated consistently for 2, 3, or 4 years in this industry, will achieve their dreams. I'm convinced of that. So I want you to become intimate with your dreams, and I want you to decide now your outcome. Now, what do I mean by that? So here is a very profound quote. Ralph Waldo Emerson, who's a very, very famous author, American history from America. He said, once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. So I always found the tough part was making the decision. Once you make a decision, you just put action, you just put the car in gear and you just start working towards it. You'll see things start falling in place. Little coincidences. It's actually the universe is helping you achieve your dream, because even metaphysics, even the scientists, and they do these tests in CERN, in the nuclear, not the nuclear reactors, the particle accelerators, and they smash these particles together. Even in science now, it's confirmed. What you want actually wants you. You just have to be very clear on what you want. And when you know what you want, it actually wants you. And it comes to you much, much faster. So this is really important. Now I want to make it easy for you. Instead of just giving you fluffy talk, I want to make it really, really easy. Lifevantage is a public company, and being a public company on the NASDAQ, and if you don't know, the NASDAQ is probably 20 times bigger than the ASX. Okay, it dwarfs the ASX by orders of magnitude. So the second biggest stock exchange in the world is the NASDAQ. I think the Australian stock market comes in at number 16. So the second biggest stock exchange in the world, Lifevantage is listed on. That means Lifevantage is scrutinized by government auditors and by government regulators. So when they put a figure down, it must be true, or they're going to be shut down pretty quickly. So these are our last year's average earning statements. And what I want you to do is decide where your dream is. Now, for some people, and it's okay, whatever is your answer is okay. Is your answer, I want to make an extra, now this is the average. The average Pro 4 makes $1,400 a month. These are US dollars, so it'll be a bit more in Australian. If that will help get you to your dream, that's fantastic. Or is it a bit more? Is it $6,000? If you're making the $6,000 passive income every month, is that going to give you your dreams? Now, for me personally, I used to be very ultra ambitious. I'm older now. I'm not as ambitious. I'm opening up to you guys what's in my heart. I want quality today, but I'm still fairly ambitious. The green one is what I want. I want to be a solid Pro 7. I want to wake up every day for the rest of my life and know I've got Pro 7 income coming into my bank account every month, which is kind of about 15,000 Australian dollars. So it's 12,400 American dollars is the average. And the average time it takes to get there is 28 months. So I just know for 28 months, I just got to be consistent and I'll get there. But, you know, we're an above average team and I've got some extra skills because I've done it before. So I'll probably get there quicker. But even if it takes me 28 months, I'm okay with that, because 28 months to get paid for the next 20 or 30 or 40 years, that passive income is more than worth it. So this is what I want you to do. Be intimate with your dreams, put them in photos, and then figure out what passive income you need to live your dream, and just pick what rank you want to do and decide now. I'm going to become that rank no matter what. Is it a Pro 8? Is it a Pro 7, a Pro 6? Whatever's your answer, it's personal. We don't care. We'll just support you. But don't back off. If you want that, the universe wants you to have it. You just got to work towards it, and you've got to prove that you're worthy of it by consistency. Yes, there is no sitting on our comp plan. You can go all the way, but you can go all the way. I mean, the people that train us every week do a lot better than that. But you know what? Even Pro 7 or Pro 8 income is absolutely life-changing income. Okay, number two, hobby versus business. There is hobby people and there's business people. And I'm okay if you choose to be a hobby person. I'm okay if you choose to be a business person. What I'm not okay is if you are doing hobby activities and you're expecting business results. I'm not okay then, because that gives the industry a bad name. Because people say, oh, I gave it a go for 3 months and I didn't become rich. Well, that's ridiculous. You can't try to become a best-selling author. You can't try to win a gold medal at the Olympics. You can't try to be a property investment millionaire. You don't try. You study your backside off and you keep doing it until you're there. The people that make it in any endeavor treat it as a business, and they're obsessed with it for a few years. They're the only ones that get, whether it's writing a book or being an athlete or studying a successful business. The people that do it like a hobby, they'll get hobby results. So I'm okay which one you choose, as long as you don't choose the hobby and expect the business results. This is really important. So the hobby people, if that's you, we're happy with that. You can be a hobby person. You're going to do it in the nooks and crannies. You're going to invite people to look at the business or at the products once in a while. You're going to add your people to your list occasionally. You're going to do it in the nooks and crannies as it suits you. If you're doing it as a business, you're going to have a diary and you're going to schedule 60 minutes or 90 minutes or 120 minutes a day where you're going to be doing the business. You're going to be inviting at least one person a day. If you're not inviting one person a day, you're not doing it as a business. So pick a number, whether the number is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and invite that many people per day, every day. It's a consistency that's magic. If it's 2 a day, someone, look at that, Emma does 7 a day. Amazing, Emma. If it's 2 a day or 3 a day, just do it every day. Invite 2 or 3 people every day for 6 days a week to look at your business. Take Sundays off, but 6 days a week, invite people to look at your business. Add people to your list every day. You have to be growing your list. If you're not growing your list, you're going to run out of people to talk to, which leads to desperation in your voice. If you keep adding to your list more than you're inviting, you will feel abundance of people to talk to, and you'll never sound desperate. Okay, consistency is definitely the key, Candace. Attending events. You're going to attend events like this, like the one that we had, the amazing event we just had on the weekend. You're going to attend them at least 3 times a week as a business person. Personal development, 1 hour a day, minimum 1 hour a day. The beautiful thing with personal development is you can do it while you're going for a walk. You can do it while you're driving. A lot of it's on audio. That's a beautiful thing. And sponsored customers and distributors every month. Every month you want to have some results. Okay, so that's doing it as a business. Doing it as a hobby is good too, as long as you choose what you're doing. I can hear some background noise, so if people can kindly, unless they got a question, people can kindly mute themselves unless it's a question. That'd be great. So number 3, follow the system. Now, when I joined Lifevantage, I didn't really have a system. We still grew. I didn't really have a system. I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed that we have an amazing system. It's called ITT. Now, for the new people, ITT is you invite people to look at a tool, and then when they want to explore the business further, you plug them into the team. So invite, tool, team. And we have amazing training, and we have an amazing Facebook group where we just plug people into the My Lifevantage Facebook group. And the website, teamheart.net, it's all there. I'm so grateful that it's all there. I don't have to be the guy making all the tools anymore and make it just, it was so tiring. Just got to do ITT, and that's it. It's so easy to follow the system until you hit your goals. Number 4. Here's probably a little bit of a different spin on personal development. As a business builder, you want to be doing daily personal development. Okay. Now get a piece of paper. And this is really, really important. Put down the middle of the line. There's 2 sides to the business. So there's the business side, there's a you side. This is really important. 2 sides to the business. On the business side, this is what you have to do personal development on. You have to do personal development on the company. Find out about the products, the science, the history of the company, the key people, and find out about the comp plan. And then the business side, that's part 1, find out about the company. And part 2 is you actually want to be doing the business too. You actually want to be inviting. And you want to study how to do inviting. You want to get good at that, okay? So you don't face much rejection. When you get good, you hardly face rejection. So you want to study that as well, and you want to do it. On the you side of the business, well, there's 2 sides to personal development. There's skill set and there's mindset. So skill set is things like how to build your list, what to say to those people, how to follow up, how to do a small presentation over a napkin, over a cup of coffee. These are all skill sets, or how to types of things. There's about 7 skills that you need to learn. Mindset is things like worthiness, is things that I deserve success. Mindset is different. So you need to develop your skill set and you need to develop your mindset. So some days it's good to do personal development on skill set. Some days it's good to do personal development on mindset. So for instance, Anthony Robbins' type of material is very much mindset. But Eric Worre, well, he's probably both, but he gives you a lot of skill set. So it just be aware there's 2 types. And guys, write down your questions at the end. We'll open it up for questions right at the end. Number 5, this has served me greatly over the years. I heard this very, very early on, and having an engineering brain and needing rules and needing formulas and rules and needing frameworks. That's how I work. Here is a rule that has greatly served me over the years. I only take advice from people if it's their field of expertise. So if your wife, for instance, has got one of those woman's issues, she's got some gynecological issue, would you go to your next door neighbor and say to your next door neighbor, my wife's got an issue with something? You wouldn't, would you? If you wanted to fly an airplane, would you go to your next neighbor? No. If a lady has got a problem with her health, she'll go to a gynecologist. If you want to learn how to fly an airplane, you'll go to a pilot. So why do we listen to our friends and relatives who say that's not going to work, or is that one of those? Why do we listen to them? If they have not successfully built a direct sales company, why would we even take their advice? It's like going to an accountant and asking them about art. If you just know that, when someone gives you advice is cheap. When they give you, just think to yourself, is it their field of expertise? If the answer is no, thank them for the advice in one ear and out the other. If it is their field of expertise, take it on board. This is what I have found. People who have done exceedingly well financially, people who have done really well financially, and they've made millions and they don't need for income, they're so open to listening to another stream of income. Now, they might not take it on as a business because they're doing well and they might not want to do it, but they're so open and they give you really good feedback. And what I found is the people who are kind of struggling to make ends meet and never going to get anywhere can kind of be cynical. So it's just interesting to see. So if it's their field of expertise, that's the only people you should take this advice from. So rule number 6, what you need to know first. Ego and emotion will destroy your business. There's no room for it here. Here is another rule. Always do what's in the highest good of your customers and your downline and the company, Lifevantage, which includes your fellow colleagues. If you always do what's in the highest good of your customers and in your downline, occasionally you might take a short-term loss, but in the long run, I promise you, it would all work out to your favor. Really, really simple rule. Take the ego and the emotion out of this business. There's no room for it. It'll slow your growth down. Just do what's best for Lifevantage and your downline and your customers, and you will have a business there after a few years that will just never stop. It will just keep growing. Thank you, Sophia. Oops, my computer just froze. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Here's one of my favorites. Okay. Operate on the fringe of fear. This is a really, really good rule. Operate in the fringe of fear. So we've got 3 zones. We've got the comfort zone. We've got the fringe of fear. We've got the learning zone, and we've got the panic zone. So let's do a little survey. Which one's the most dangerous? Please, can everyone write down their contents? Where's the most dangerous zone? What do you think? Yeah, so there you go. Interesting. So we've got a mixture. We've got a mixture of panic zone and comfort zone. Okay, a lot of people said panic zone, a lot of people said comfort zone. So Brian Tracy, absolutely, the comfort zone is the most dangerous, right? Brian Tracy said that quote, in a time of rapid change, standing still is the most dangerous course of action. See, it's very comfortable just to go to our jobs and then to come home and watch some TV and socialize a bit, and just, they're all comfortable things. It is the most dangerous thing in the world because it is a guaranteed path to financial failure. Stay in your comfort zone. Now, being in the panic zone can it's too much stress. I mean, I don't want that much stress in your life. It's like kind of in between. Just get a little bit out of your comfort zone. No, I don't think anyone's ever died from it either. Your fringe of fear means you're doing things that you're a little bit uncomfortable to do. You're learning some new things. You pick up the phone and you make a call to someone who's maybe a little bit more successful than you. That's in the fringe of fear. But let me tell you this, when you're on the fringe of fear, you're in the realm of personal growth. And when you're in the realm of personal growth, you're in the realm of business growth. And when you're consistently when you're regularly in the fringe of fear, you're going to grow at such a rapid pace. You're going to look back at yourself in 3 months and think, oh my God, I've grown so much. You won't even remember yourself how you were 3 months ago. I remember the first time round, I was 26, I was shy. I mean, I started network marketing and I was so shy at 26. I was presenting sometimes to 40 and 50-year-old successful business people. I used to tremble a little bit. I would stutter a little bit. This is true. I remember one of my first presentations back in the day, I was doing it over a coffee and on a lunch break to a successful businessman. I actually put his orange juice on him. He wore his orange juice. I wasn't very confident. However, I kept up my personal development. I kept it up. I was on the fringe of fear every day. And in 6 months, I was turning into a leader that people were following. And then at month 13, at month 12, at month 6, I upgraded my home to a brand new big home. And then I bought a new luxury car. And at month 12, at month 12, I walked into my boss's office. You know what she said to me? She said, "You're leaving us, aren't you?" And I said, "That's right, I am." I didn't even have to quit. She knew I was going to quit. I had grown so much in a year, and it was because I was consistently on the fringe of fear. So guys, it's exactly like this. It's like when you go to the gym and you have a really big workout, your muscles get sore, but you do it again the next day, or you recover, you do it the following day. and you do it again and again and again. And all of a sudden that sore feeling, it becomes almost like a drug, and your muscles start growing, your physique starts growing, and then you want to do it more and more. And you want that uncomfortableness because it's short term, because the long-term result is you're getting better. So being in the fringe of fear just means you're going to be getting better day by day by day by day, and you're going to grow enormously. So I just want you to really put this in your heart, operate on the fringe of fear. Number 8, what you focus on grows. So be solution focused. Keep your eyes on the solution. There is always a solution. And what most people do is they get stuck on the problem. So guys, so one of my mentors would say it like this. People, you talk to them and they tell you they want something. They might want a legacy for their kids, or they might want to, by the time their kids are in university, they want to have a fund to pay for their university for them, and so they can have a little nest egg. And they want that. And they'll tell you they want that. And then they might throw an excuse, oh, but I'm busy, or this. And they focus on the excuse. And it's your job to make them focus on the goal. Focus on the goal and the solution, and just show them how they can get there. And you quickly take their focus off the problem, which they said not enough time, and you keep it focused on the goal. And you should do this too in your life. When there's a problem, quickly say, okay, what's the solution? And keep your brain waves focused on the solution. Because when you're doing that, whatever your brain waves are on, this is not fluff. This is not Buddha talk, even though it is. This is scientific talk. What you focus on grows in your life, scientifically, spiritually, practically. It's been proven. It's in the Bible, people. It's in the Bible. It's in science. It's everywhere. So just picture your solution, picture your outcome, hold the outcome in your mind, and it will happen. I promise you. You just got to put the effort in. Okay. Sometimes the outcome happens and you don't even know how it happened. You keep the outcome in your mind. So what I do is I focus on the rank. Let me show you how much I focus on the rank that I want to achieve. I've got to take it off. Can you see what that says? I've got to take my background off. It says I'm a rock solid Pro 7. Anyway, it's not coming up because of the filter, but look at the badge. I've got a Pro 7 badge in my background. I'm not a Pro 7 yet, but I will be a Pro 7 because I'm focusing on it. It's on my screensaver. It's on my phone. My phone says I'm a rock solid Pro 7. Anyway, you can't see it, but it's everywhere. So guys, do the same. Focus on what you want. It will grow in your life, I promise you. Oh, there it is there. That was what I just held up. That's a drawing. That's on my screensaver. It's on here on my wall. I look at it. It's on my computer background. I look at it all the time. Just that's what I want in my life. So I suggest you do it too. It'll serve you well. Number 9, eagles. Thanks, guys. Some really nice comments here. Eagles, learn to recognize them. So what's an eagle? So they're kind of the leaders. Like we said, there's hobby people and there's business people. They're the business people that take the opportunity and they run. Now, who's an eagle? Like we all know Josie's an eagle. Candace, she's definitely proven herself to be an eagle. I've got another young lady in my team who's definitely proven to be an eagle. So understand this. When you have in your team, when you have sponsored about half a dozen eagles in your team, you will have a business that you cannot stop. You won't be able to stop it if you wanted to, that business, because these eagles, they're going to keep doing their business because they're in business for themselves and they're going to grow their business regardless of what you do. It'll make you completely financially free forever. Now, learn how to recognize them. Again, I've got an engineering brain. I'm going to give you another rule that's going to serve you very, very well. Okay. This is how you can generally recognize an eagle. Okay. Definitely an eagle. Then here's how you recognize eagles. You recognize them generally by their life force. When you talk to someone and they exude life force, they put out high energy, they're probably an eagle. When you're talking to someone and they're sort of closed body language, they're toned down, they're probably not an eagle. I mean, you still talk to them, you can still help them, you can still help them with get on the products, being with their health. You can still sponsor them. They can start as a hobby. Sometimes we call them ducks, the duck people, they will bring an eagle. That will happen. So you sponsor everyone, you love everyone, you give everyone the same opportunity. but once in a while, an eagle will come along. When you have half a dozen eagles in your team, you'll have a business that's growing every day and every week. Okay, so just learn to recognize the eagles. Okay, the people that have accomplished stuff in the past, and the people that just put out high amounts of life. They've just got life force about them. Okay, and they're passionate, and they're involved with their church or the Rotary Club. They're involved in life. They're in life. They're the eagles. They're the people that you want to go and talk to. We love the ducks too. We love everyone. But the reality is there's less eagles. So just good to have them on your radar. Okay, we love everyone. There's no one that we don't love. Okay, number 10. This is really important. Be your own best customer. Okay, so when someone says, "How does a business work?" you say, "Well, of course, we like any business in the world, we find customers. Every single business in the world has an end consumer, right? There is no business on earth without an end consumer. We're the same. But in this business, the main thing is you have to be your own best customer. If you're your own best customer, you'll grow a business. So have that as a philosophy. Use the whole product range. Guys, I just shaved about an hour ago. I used the what's it called? The anti-aging cream. It's just such a beautiful smell. It's a really nice aftershave. You use the shampoo, the conditioner. I don't only take the NRF2. I use the whole product range. The hand cream. Just buy it. I mean, so here are the rules technically. As a business person, you want to have 200 PV per month. So your PV consists of your personal order every month, your order ship order, and that of your customers. So you want to be on a 200-point PV every month to open up the whole compensation plan, to give you a 40% fast start bonus every time you create a customer or a distributor. 40%. That's huge. Now, the good news is the whole 200 doesn't have to come from you. You do 100 yourself. The other can come from your family. Sorry, from your customers. Technically, it's 40 points, but I don't teach that because we're not minimum people. We don't. If you have a shop, you don't want to have minimal stock. It doesn't look good. Go for 100-point personal order from day one, plus at least 100 points of customers buying every month, and that will build over time. Okay, so 200-point order ship, 100-point minimum. That's the way to grow a business. Hopefully that's clear to the new people. Okay, number 11. Stay the course. I'm telling you, people, the work hard for all your life plan is a lie. Being loyal to a job all your life is a lie. I spoke to a gentleman this week. He was 64 from America. He was 64. Yep. He was at his company for 21 years. They let him go because the corona, they let go of a lot of people. They let him go. And 21 years of dedication, and his income stopped. 21 years, his income stopped. Nothing, just thanks for your 21 years of service, pat in the back, and off you went. It doesn't work unless you're a privileged CEO and you're on a $2 million a year salary, which is 1 in a million anyway. It doesn't work for the vast majority of people. So what I want you to do is recognize the first 6 months is a learning curve. You're going to earn what you learn. You can be in profit month one. The last person I sponsored, she was in profit month one. She made about $2,000 in her first month. You can earn what you learn, but just decide that you're going to do this for at least a year. Make that decision for yourself, because after a year, you're going to be good. You're going to have skills. You're going to have a team. You're going to assess it at the 12-month mark. You'll have a little team. You'll have customers. You'll have stories. You'll have customers thanking you for that you started them on the product because you helped their life. But the QUIT is a really dirty 4-letter word. QUIT. It's a dirty 4-letter word. I don't even want that in your vocabulary. QUIT. Decide you're going to do this for at least 12 months and then assess it. So they're my rules. I have a very valuable present for you guys, which is this. So if you have not heard this album, I suggest you listen to it as soon as possible. And then you listen to it. If you're new, listen to it 3 times in your first week. 3 times in your first week. And then once a week for the next 3 months. You'd say, why would I do that? Because I promise you there is that much wisdom and there's that many life philosophies in this 1-hour album you won't get it. You won't absorb it all the first time. You won't absorb it all on the 10th time. I've been listening to it for 20 years and I play it maybe once every 2 months. I could probably recite most of it backwards. I still get new information out of it 20 years later. Guys, 3 times in your first week and then once a week for the first 3 months. Here it is for free. Jim Rohn's dead. He won't mind. I'm sure he's happy to share it. Just it's there, exploreactivation.com/JR. Listen to it. It's also on YouTube, how to build your network marketing business. Guys, that's it. We can open it up now for questions. I want to go back to stop my screen share. I'm just going to give me a second. Stop screen share. There we are. Gallery view. How was that? Give me a rating. How good was that? On a scale of 1 to 10 for what you need to know first for new distributors. Any feedback? Any suggestions? Any question? Oh, look at that. Oh, 10. Oh, 1. Thank you. Didn't expect all 10s. Thank you. Wow. All 10s. Oh, thank you. Hang on. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That's really nice. Hang on.
That's so good.
Thank you. Wow. I feel shy now. Okay. Wow. Look at that. I'm going to take another screenshot. More 10s. Okay, guys, I'm so happy to answer any questions, especially don't ask. My skill set is not so much technical questions with Team Heart because I'm still learning the system. My skill set is not social media skills yet, but my skill set very much is philosophical, what to do, what to say to people, timeless skills. You can ask me anything to do with timeless skills. With current tools and with social media, I'm not the guy. There's people on this group that are way better than me. Yeah, just raise your hand or just shout out and we can have a chat. And if we don't, we can end it there. How long did that take? Did anyone time that?
I've got about 40 minutes.
Wow, it flew for me.